What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Frost Esports. It's the 104th edition of our weekly Blizzard Rocket League tournament brought to you by Trolley. My name is Llama77. Joining the cast booth here tonight, it is Melee Kim. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm ecstatic because we have some amazing on as well.
Right, well...
Sorry.
Right.
Some of the best. So we have some of the best Rocket League in general here as well. Frost Esports. It's the first game on the mainstream. It's Effects in its early challenge. Blue and orange. It's enemy and rival. Let's see who can take the series.
Let's see who can do it. Obviously, like you mentioned, we're going to be starting with that best of three a little. So we'll see how those two teams adapt now. Effects versus Early Challenge. Early Challenge may be a team that I haven't seen too much around recently. Their name doesn't ring a bell, but definitely Effects does. So we'll see how that notability does as well affect this matchup. Antics already, though, from Effects already getting an early touch there off of the corner of the teammates. Almost looking to back it up, but the defense looking just as strong here as both teams starting 0-0 in the first 30 seconds.
Pass right back down. Here comes Eris on the backboard. It's going to be denied. It's going to be cleared off the line. Antics was right there trying to make something work. Shot target. It's going to be a follow. It goes through. It's Antics.
Lovely stuff here. Christian with the setup, Antics with the goal here, and what a little pickpocket. They're just trying to get it out to the corner, try and get an ability to get it clear, and they just slam it right on home. Antics with the first strike, Effects with the first lead. We'll see if they can hold on to it. 4 minutes still left to go.
And it's a great way to start off as well. That's a great way to start off the series, and it's another pass, it's another play, it's another goal.
Another goal right off a kickoff here. Ramen Christian once again just set up perfectly here as Ramen just a nice little slider to get right under the defense, and very quick back-to-back goals because that goal did come right off of the kickoff. So now a 2-goal lead here. Christian with a demo as well. Everything is going Effects' way in this early game.
Yeah, it's a great way to start off for them as well, especially against a team with the players like Eris, Quint, and Vesh. It's going to be so hard to see how they can play, how they can deny, how they can keep them at bay. Plays like this, but it doesn't look like they have too much of a challenge rotating straight back onto offense quite immediately. Not too hard for them. Eris, quick shot denied, taken, ricocheted away.
Little shot there, went to the post but was denied. The defense of Effects stepping up just as much as the offense has, because right now each of them sharing one of those 3 shots, and only 2 shots on the other side for Early Challenge, only on Eris. So yeah, that defense definitely stepped it up. The last minute kind of unexciting, no goals in it after the back-to-back goals from Team Effects. But now back on the defense here as Eris is going to carry in. Ramen, the lone man back. Christian there to defend off the backboard. Quint doesn't step up, and there is no goal.
Oh, that would have been a beautiful play. Oh my goodness, is that it? Yes, it is. It is 3-0. What a start going the other way.
And a goal for every single team member on Effects there. Nice little beautiful shot. Gets a nice little bounce off of that side post. And now a 3-goal lead. We're not even halfway in this game, Mel.
Unreal. This is absolutely phenomenal. And it continues to show and surprise at the high level. What a pass infield, it was denied. It's going to be another play potentially going right back around the other end. They keep trying, and it's another infield pass. It's denied. The follow goes off the backboard. Eris is still there trying to make things work. 3-0 start for Effects. Who saw that coming?
In a very, very good start here. Still definitely some time on the board, but it seems like every time Early Challenge is able to get one of those good offensive drives, it's just off the backboard and the teammates are already rotated back. So maybe cleaning up that communication. How about a demo into a backboard play? Antics reads it perfectly though and is able to carry it out.
Here's an opportunity going right back down the other end. Eris Trying to get something close. Not too many heavy touches. He keeps it close. Demo, but it's going to be enough by Kristen to get a touch right back off the ball. His Quint wants something back toward the net. Looking for the top right corner. Couldn't snipe it on target. Ares, the next man to rotate in. Tristan can't get a good touch on the ball. But things starting to work in the favor of early challenge. And they're starting to find these opportunities at the net. Ares is caught off the ball. Has to make a diving save the other way. Antix dives in, but the entire triple commit over early challenge is forcing the entirety of the team off the ball.
A bit awkward there on the defense, but able to clear it out. Yes, they're showing offense, and maybe one here. Antix post to post to make the save, and a big one at that to keep their lead. The pass by Antix now. The shot is good, but the crossbar defense is just a little bit better. The shot just a little bit off that accuracy, and maybe could have amounted to the 4-goal lead. But 1 minute remaining, and early challenge is going to need a lot of offense if they want to come back in this game one, and that is just not a touch you want to make there.
Extravagant play. After again, that was a beautiful own goal. that was a thing of beauty. We don't get to see that often. I mean, I don't wish to see it more often, but we just don't see it. Cherish it when you can.
Cherish it, of course, and gotta cherish Christian as well for getting a nice little pinch off the wall to set up that own goal, even if it was a little bit of an awkward play. Now the goal lead sits at 4. 2 of those now with Christian. Maybe could find that hat trick before the game is over, but this first game, speaking of over, looks all but over. Only 30 seconds left to go, and such a toll here for early challenge. Their task is pretty massive here to step up to.
Yeah, they have to do a whole lot more than what they did in this first game as well, early challenge. Find a way to win against a team that is as talented as this. Ares finally getting the first goal from early challenge in spectacular fashion.
Took him about 4 minutes, 45 seconds, but the first goal is there at least to get that, monkey off your back, to at least get the feeling of scoring is really important to take into the next game in the series. But a beautiful little communication play, that's exactly what we want to see. But with only 10 seconds left, there is pretty much no time left for them to make the catch up. Maybe another ring around, but the ball is pinched, stopped on the left post, and Effects will take this game 1. A 4-1 win for Effects. They take this game 1 here. Obviously, the shot counter definitely not in their favor. I will say early challenge 12-6 in the overall shot counter. They had offense, but kind of like I was saying, it felt like every time they went down, it was just a touch to the corner, a touch to the backboard that didn't get followed up. That, yes, it was a shot, but it wasn't a follow-up shot that was getting them goals. So early challenge, although they're not done in the series yet, it's good that they got a goal right at the end to kind of build that momentum, carry it off into this second game where maybe they can bounce back in the series. Everything on offense.
Yeah, it also shows that, the opposition, they're able to get broken. And for a team like Ares and such, I mean, that should never really be a hard question. Can they break an opponent? It looks like it is. There was not much room for them to work going down the other end. They were not able to get those transitioning plays from one end of the field to another. They weren't able to transition cleanly. It wasn't the best showing out from early challenge, as they were getting a lot of late challenges. Effects are showing the effects of their presence here. Antix, Ryman, and now Kristen. Great start for them in game 1.
Really, really great start. Lovely stuff to see. But now into game number 2. This is possibly the end of the series here if Team Effects can win this one. But early challenge, definitely challenging early right across the backboard. The soft touch is there. Quint off the perfect pass from Ares connects.
What a play. Ares popped it right back mid. What a beautiful soft touch, forcing 1 second mid off the backboard. One couldn't get up in time. It's Quint's ball, and it's Quint's goal.
Big goal there. I mean, that is exactly the momentum shifter you need to take an early lead and not start in the hole. Maybe a second.
Oh, wow!
Pick up. The up play works out, and it's back-to-back goals for early challenge.
Oh, this is so well done as well. Vish just said, you know, just go bump. Eris, go bump. And he did exactly that. Clear shot to the left side with an entire cavalry running in front of him. Protect the king, because the king has arrived.
King definitely scored a couple of goals there. Lovely stuff. Now a 2-goal lead very, very quickly into this game. Now, that does mean good things here for early challenge, but it also means there is a lot of time left on the board, so they do have to still be so careful. We saw the effects offense last game. We saw the passing, and we saw that ability to just pressure when they needed to most. So you cannot relax here. There's still so much time, and 2-goal lead is one of those leads we always call super dangerous in the esports scene.
Yeah, as well, you have to be able to extend it as well. But you also have to be able to defend it if you're early challenge, especially knowing how the first game went. It did not go in their favor, but at least they know Effects is breakable. But Effects, they need to be able to counterattack. They have not had any ball possession, and that's why bumping your teammate off the ball won't do you any favors. Fish back to the middle is a great denial. Quinn can't do too much. Antics in the middle. It's an entire rush of the Effects roster. It's a gold rush on their half. They knew that it was their chance to strike. Now's their chance to strike. Beats one opponent, and it's Christian with the follow and the goal.
Well, this play is absolutely highlight reel dirty. Christian off the post to themselves. What a play there, and that is a confidence goal to cut the lead in half.
And that's a great momentum gainer as well for them. But Eris, he wants to go by himself. He needs to keep this lead for his team. He's one of the best players in North America right now, and he's teaming with some of the best players in general in the bubble scene. It's the bubble scene versus bubble scene team. Who can overcome the other? Quinn gets beat. It's going to be Christian now who's going to take the time just to look at how the play's going to develop. Minimal boost for Christian. Ryan is going to try to go by himself. Can't do too much. It's Eris's ball. It's great ball control from early challenges. Not really giving the ball away. Oh, it's a beautiful touch. Some very heavy touches on the side of early challenge, trying to make things work on the offensive end.
A bit unfortunate though, another backboard pass that was unable to find a secondary touch, unable to find its way back in. Another one here, a double commit. Doesn't look like it's gonna get punished. Quint gonna look too, but Ramen just gets a nice touch almost over the entirety of the defense. Vesh has to use a lot of that boost to try and attack towards that ball. That means Antics has got a lot to use up in the air, but this is a nice little touch off the ceiling. Christian has to be forced to make the save. Quint, the backboard looking nice, but the defense from Effects is really stepping up.
Oh, they have to defend one more time. Vesh, no reset, so he couldn't get a flip on that. Christian can't get a touch. Antics, as his ball may worked much better for them. Here comes Antics to Christian. It hits the post. Here comes Ryan. He can't overcommit it. And it was such a great opportunity for Effects, but to be none.
Great opportunity, but that just goes to show you they still have the confidence. Christian with a mid-air shot will equalize the game.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's Christian's ball. Don't say no more. Open net to the bottom right corner. That is an absolute slaughter.
Beautiful stuff here. Now the score 2-2. Early challenge. They had the first 2 goals in the first 30 seconds, but that lead is all but nothing. Robin, the midair handoff looks good. The bumps there as well. So much offensive pressure coming in. They're forcing these double commits, these awkward plays up into the sky across the backboard. And with only a minute and a half left, this is a scary game for both teams.
Yes, it is. And now it is just, as you said in the beginning of the game, 2-goal lead is dangerous. It can be held or it can be not. Here's the counterattack. Here's the potential for the comeback. Effects, they're starting to go in. It's a counter. Open. Goal. No. What a save. That is extraordinary.
Yeah, the defense at every single tight moment, they are there. They are there to back up the offense. Effects now on the other side. They just are making these crazy saves that even like I thought that was a goal as well, that these should be goals, but the defense is just so much superior. Going into the final minute, they have to have so much confidence here. Just awkward across the side wall for a little bit. Eris going to use some of that physical play to try and get it out of this defensive zone. They need to. They've been stuck here for a while.
Fisher just perfectly had it one to net. and he couldn't connect. Another opportunity right back to the middle. Here's Eris. Oh, what a strike! It's Vesh, and it's another save. It's another goal. The defense is relentless. You may never see anything like it again.
Oh, the crossbar with a beautiful save. These shots just a tiny bit off the accuracy. That could have been the third goal. That could have been a force to game 3. But now it's on the back foot. Vesh has to get back to the corner. Has to reset. Antics going to pressure. 15 seconds left. We could be looking at overtime here in game number 2. Unless Effects can maybe find one here. They're setting up the offense. 5 seconds left to go. Could be a 0-second play. The handoff. The shot is there. Antics with the save once again. We're on 0 as maybe an opportunity for this team, but it's fallen down, and we have OT.
If you said about a minute left in the game would have overtime, with all the nonsense that's happened in this game, I would not believe you. This has been insane. If Effects are to win this, down by 2, and win this game, that would be unreal to elevate them to glory in the next round. But instead, early challenges has to complete the series comeback. They have almost the impossible that they need to complete.
Yeah, a lot of momentum, and it's going to be shifted by just one goal. One of these teams has the possibility of moving to next round. One of them has the possibility of forcing a game number 3. Christian going to try and do it right here, but everybody playing a little bit slower. Everybody plays a little bit more cautious in these overtimes. You don't want to be the one that makes that slip up, but you do want to be the one that wants to be the hero with your name in those gold letters on the screen, scoring that overtime goal. They've already shown Effects that they have those solo plays, but they're back on defense for a little bit.
They're starting to play more physical early challenge, but it's going to not be good enough. A quick shot to the top right corner. It was a complete miss by Vesh, but it was Eris that got a big save. Here's Antics, can't do too much. The touch a little bit too heavy. Quint leaves it for Vesh. Vesh trying to play that soft touch. Eris trying to connect with the pass. Antics can't go. Leaves it for Christian. Oh, you don't want to give this person space. Christian to the sky. Underneath. It's not going to be a good touch. Rom back to the middle. It pops straight down. Oh, it's a dangerous play. It was there for them, but it's not going to be completed. One more round, but it's denied.
A suffocating offense right now. That is what Effects is up to. That is the game plan, that they are just not letting it be cleared. It's been here for about a minute of time, and eventually, just as the defense, you run out of boost if they keep on stealing it. Finally, though, they get a corner boost. They get a good clear. Ramen, the lone man back, makes the save. Back into the corner. Quint looks for the 50-50. Doesn't go their way. Now, 2 minutes in this extra time already calculated up, but how far will we go?
Christian, great beat, but it's a giveaway right back to Quint. Waiting perfectly in the third man spot, waiting to strike. Rotations, clean. The gameplay, clean. Physicality, a new tactic. Early challenge are trying everything they can to rotate on and transition and score. Everything that's possible. Oh, it's great vision, and it's an amazing pass. Flip reset, not there. Ramen beats the first defender. Eris gonna be up first, beats Antics. Oh, Eris, you don't want to give Eris the ball. You can't get him. You can't let him work with it. Oh, it's a 1-2-3, Christian at the net. Go!
Absolutely huge. Effects are going to take the overtime. They're going to take this game number 2, and it's Antics. It's Christian with a midfield $10,000 shot that finds its way into the back of the net. Effects are going to take the series in 2-0 fashion, and just see the trust. I gotta say that more than anything, that you can see on every single rotation back. They have one person left in goal. That's dangerous, but as soon as they get a clear, they're ahead of the defense. They're setting up these plays in midfield, and then the offense just doing its job to get the job done.
Unreal gameplay. It was just Effects being able not only to make the comeback, but be able to convert the chances down the other end. They were able to stay comfortable on defense after the first 2 goals in. They were very comfortable. They settled in. They said, you know, we're going to be here for a while. And why not get a couch, lays, and some trolley to eat? Because we're just going to serve an absolute feast for the audience and for themselves. As if they are able to win a couple more series, they will have a feast of trolley.
Yeah. I'll definitely have that feast. Definitely exciting. Obviously, Forfex, they move on for first challenge. They're not done, right? They get a secondary safety net. They'll move down to the lower bracket, which is, where those Cinderella stories are made, where everybody loves to, be on that last life. But, it's unfortunate that you go down this early, but maybe you just played against the grand champions and maybe you'll play them again in the grand finals.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Maybe even the lower finals. That could also be a potential place to meet as well, because we have some very, very, very good matchups coming. Effects Overlooked Esports is going to be the next match on the main stream. We've got a whole lot of matches here today on Frost Esports, and if I were you, I would not go anywhere.
Feel the ground shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma fight my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Anytime or place, watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival, watch 'em run away. I got no, I got no rival. Tell me now, what you gonna do? We can do this face to face. The reckoning is coming real soon. Doesn't matter what you say. Try to tell you this is my moment. Can't take mine 'cause I own it. Don't you know that I'm locked and unloaded? You're out of focus. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma fight my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Anytime or place, watch 'em run away. I got no. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my phone. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no, I got no rival.
Welcome back, still here at Frost Esports with our weekly 104 Blizzard Rocket League tournament. We're now moving on to the next round though, and that is the winners semifinals, or the winners, finals, spot into the grand finals on the line here. A best of 5 series, Mel, so a little bit longer. We get to see these, these teams play for a little bit longer.
Yeah, we just saw effects come out of a very, very good series. Oh my gosh, that almost went the distance. It was really impressive. And for the first series of the day, not bad. Overlook definitely going to be a big underdog in this game. It's Ant, Cole, and Monk. Let's see what they can do against a team that has been lightning hot, striking hot.
They've been striking, they've been scoring, they've been doing everything, coming back from, deficits early in the match and really setting themselves up for success. But like we said, best of 5, got to win 3 here to move on to that. Oh, nice fast shots already coming through, though, from Overlook. Like that, because we want that. We want a nice fast game here.
Yeah, that was a shot, that was a pre-flip shot. You don't see that much except in pro play. That is really exquisite. It wasn't to hit that there. But instead, it was a counterattack attempt going back down in the favor of Effects, who can't really control the ball. Overlooked, it's Ant that leaves it for Monk. Cole didn't really trust that opportunity, so now he's got to play third man, and he's getting chased around by Antis on the back line. Still manages to avoid the bumping at the pass over.
Getting it out, getting it cleared. Cole with a pretty good shot, Ant almost with the follow-up there, but really important right now for Overlook that they're not getting stuck back in their own defensive end, where they are being able to clear this out, where Effects, you remember the last series, they were just suffocating out their opponents and were able to just shut them down from there. But pretty even between the two. The first minute has passed, no goals between the two either, and Monk picking up some demos. A shot from the sky, the double commit results in a save.
Yeah, it's a very great series. It's a great game so far. Effects already being challenged by a couple of shots put on net. One save for each of the Effects players. Is going to have to be another one here, but Ant takes it away from his own teammate, Christian. Can he get an opportunity down the other end? Not a lot of boost to work with. Possible to Ant takes shot to the bottom left corner. It's denied.
But a good shot nonetheless. A good attempt there as they put some pressure on the back of the net. But back on the other side, it'll be Overlook getting demoed before they can even get a chance to do that. Both these teams using that physicality and to mess up some of that communication between the two teams. And goes to the corner to steal away that big opposing 100 boost, but met at the midfield line. Ramen making plays here for possibly the teams, getting the bump, and Christian, the post is gonna stop him. Maybe Antics can follow up off the backboard. The teammate, Christian, will do it.
Oh, it's the 1-2 play. It's just abusing the backboard. One got sent out of the net. Cole was forced to commit, making a hard read coming off of his 6th line, and he couldn't do it. It is a great play. It was overlooked with all the pressure in the start of the game, but it's Effects that answer back.
And Effects answer so big because this was another one of the big power points we were talking about. Is their passing plays, the ability to communicate together, but Cole sends one flying right towards the backboard. That one going to go a little bit off target for Monk, but some good pressure to reset off a kickoff. Antics gonna get the bump, play, and the goal. What just happened?
Oh, this is really well done by Antics. He's realizing it's in a 1v1 situation. All he has to do is get the air dribble bump, and Ant cannot get an avoidance. He can't get around the ball. It was perfectly placed. Antics was put in a spot, in a place where he had to succeed, and he did exactly that. And for a player of his stature, of his skill, you know every single time he's going to land that bump.
Bump, big stuff here, and both goals assisted here by Ramen, who is having an amazing teamwork performance, assisting both the teammates in both of those early goals. 2 minutes left to go here on the clock, though, and Overlook, they are not just done in this game one. They're not just gonna lay down and take it. They're still going to try and set up some amazing offensive series, and Cole waiting for that ball to bounce back, maybe setting up the teammates, but not a lot of boost to work with.
That's a great play by Cole, trying to get a block out. It's an open net for Ant, and he gets right past Christian. It's 1-2.
That is crazy. Ant just bides their time, waits in the middle of the air. Christian just drives a little bit too slow. Almost hit it with the hood, but couldn't find it. Huge stuff from Overlook here, now cutting the deficit right in half, only needing one more goal to tie this game up.
Oh, Antics has got a lot of space, but the first touch was there. The second touch was a little bit too heavy, so it took it right off his car. Here's Monk. Has to get a clean touch. Can't exactly do that. And it's got a whole hard one to work with. This is now Overlook starting to get pressed more and more and more. These 50s going more in Overlook's favor because they're starting to break into the half of effects. That's another great 50. Cole can't get it on target. Now it's going to be another play that Monk has to make some magic, and he can't do that.
Can't find it. It is really important to note that effects are succeeding right now with almost being doubled up on the shot counter on the other side, that they are having so many quality shots, so many quality opportunities. Antics forcing the double commit out in the skies, even a play that shouldn't even get anything. They're making everything out of every little single mistake. Off the backboard, where the shot goes just wide left. The second shot, though, doesn't miss. Christian finds it.
Well, I mean, there's not much you can do here when one of your players is demoed right back off the pitch by a player called Ramen, and he came to feast. Ramen is here, and so is Christian. The misdirection play going straight off the post and the follow into the bottom right corner. Reaction time not good enough. Terrible position. Oh, it's the kickoff going right down the other end, and it's overlooked. That make it a one-goal game again.
This is actually really painful. All three players step up, maybe looking for a possible goal on the other side, but Cole is the one to do it, finds that open goal, and now it is right back to where we left off about 20 seconds ago before those two goals. Still a one-goal deficit, still only 30 seconds left to go. Overlook, they need to get going here soon.
They do need to get going. The question is, how is the response going to come, if it does, and when? Time is of the essence. There's not much left. We have to see if they can finally break through in a mattered. Oh, that was a dangerous play. It's Antics in a 1v1 situation he's found himself in again. Oh, who's going to win that 1v1? It's Cole. But it's a great play by Ramen to fake it, and it's going to be Christian who can't put the ball in the back of the net. The ball's still up, the bump's coming through. It should be Christian that puts the ball on the ground. Ironically, it's Effects that take the first game.
Effects playing up to the last second, they get the perfect kill, and you just gotta say, just a really good match overall from them. Although they had a couple mistakes, they had, you know, those open goals, the kickoff goal, whatever you want to call it, but they were working so well as a team. Exactly what they showed us in that last series, that at every single play, at every single touch, it could be a goal, right? And so you have to respond accordingly, you have to put so many resources to it, and then they just followed up with crazy solo plays or crazy passing that's just unstoppable.
Yeah, and Overlook, they did have some quality opportunities, especially in the beginning of the game to take the lead. But it was Effects that went out to the early lead with a great response. It was this Effects being able to remain calm and to remain mentally sound because they were always there. It was great from them. It was great from specifically, I liked what Ramen was able to do. He's such a great off-ball player. And the way that Christian is able to find opportunities downfield and Antics is able to take the ball from defense onto offense, giving his teammates opportunities is just, that just shows you how good of a three-dimensional team Effects actually are.
They're really insane. I think the one big worry is, like I was talking about, at one point in the series, in that first game, they were outscored by double. So that is pretty dangerous if the other team can start to figure out how to get those quality shots, if they can figure out how to get those passing plays. Maybe the shots that were just a little bit off the accuracy, suddenly all those are in, and suddenly that game's an entirely different story. But we'll see if they can figure it out going here into game number 2. Could possibly be a series point matchup if they could win it for Effects.
Comes in, one touch off the backboard. It was by Cole. The follow isn't exactly going to be as productive either. It's and pass back to Cole. It's going to have to be Cole working with it. Right back up in the air. He gets bumped off the ball. It's Ramen's ball.
Sends it up. Christian off in the corner, going to pick up the pieces of that play. Cole now back on defense, maybe looking for a teammate as the pressure comes on through. Christian picking the pocket, setting up the teammate across the goal line. Antics wasn't up far enough to find it, but keeping that chokehold on this offensive stretch just to keep on pressuring it. Cole, a really good clear, maybe a contest as well, but Ramen gets up to the skies, gets tall enough to block it, and the defensive effect stepping up early once again.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity by Overlooked. in the beginning of the game, again, they had a very quality opportunity at the net, but it's just about not overcommitting. The second man so far up, the third man so far back, and there's no boost for Monk. Now, what can he do? Cole, he's got Ant in the midfield and realized at the last moment that he was third man, so he kind of back out of that challenge and wait for Monk to get back. Now, Ant's just sitting back in the net as second man. Now he's third man again. It's an opportunity for Monk underneath, not the greatest touch, and Christian, why not beat the player by deleting the play?
Yeah, and really good pre-jumps as well. That not only they're deleting the players, but they're also finding these angles of not where the ball is, but where the ball is going before it gets to its target, and that can just shut down an offense so easily. A double commit there on the offensive stretch by Overlooked is gonna pretty much shut down any chance they had. They're gonna have to back up a little bit. Monk, though, does win the 50 off the wall, so maybe a little bit of life on this offensive series. Does get the demo, but once again, no teammates are there to follow up.
Here's Monk. Takes it to the skies and pre-jumping it. Monk had to get out the way and clear out, but it wasn't a great play. Cole, again, bringing it across the face of his backboard. It's a great first touch, but it's given away to Ramen, who little do they know has no boost and realizes it late and has to challenge. What a soft touch away, but Monk is facing backwards, so he can't do much with it.
Backwards, can't do too much here, but neither team able to do too much yet, as we've had a slow defensive game here in game number 2. Both teams still sitting at the 0-0 marker, neither one able to break through the other's defense just yet, but there is only one shot overall on the entirety of the shot board. That is on Overlook's side, but that is not a lot. That is not a lot of offense, but it's been a lot of those pre-jumps, like we said, to shut down those offensive plays before they can come to fruition.
Oh, that's an unfortunate touch by Antics. It may just lead to something cool. It wasn't the greatest pass from Ant, but it does work because it was a 1-2-3 play, forcing one to commit, and Monk playing the miss. It's 1-0.
After the boring 3 minutes, we'll get our first goal here, and it's just an unfortunate mistouch up in the air by Ramen. Can't find the angle to get the nose on it, and that means just a nice free and open goal. Overlook, they take the lead 1-0 to start off this second game, but can they hold it right off the kickoff? The bar down, doesn't go in. Christian maybe looking for a follow-up. The waterfall is given, and takes a perfect drink of life and an equalized game.
Well, I mean, this was just very awkward, and getting Antics the ball taken right off his car. CRL Fall 2022 contender. He is a Frost contender now.
Beautiful pockets, beautiful picking of them as well, and the tie-up on the scoreboard has to feel so good after a little bit of a scoring drought from both sides. Now the question is, effects. They've looked very comfortable at equal score lines, especially in last game under that OT banner, but can they maybe find one more goal in this regulation time to see if they can end this game pretty quickly and maybe send it off? But the passing is just so good for Overlook right now. They're setting up so much. Christian barely making that save.
Yeah, that was super close. Christian, again, quick flick, forcing Ant to go. It was a very dangerous play. Ramen can't do too much. Monk, no boost, always finding himself in a very awkward position. It's Christian's ball underneath. Oh, look at Antics, takes it to the skies. Antics gets bumped off the ball. That gives Ant a little unorthodox, but much easier save than Antics on the ball. Christian with a pass infield from Antics is a double right down for Ramen. It's popped right back, it's floating, it hits the post. The crossbar denying them again, and it's gonna still keep it right back into play. Oh, it's a counterattack, and gets it over Ramen. No, he does not, but it was such a dangerous sequence, and multiple shots put up at once for effects.
Very dangerous sequence, had a lot of good opportunities, and that's just what they do. The passing there together. Antic looking for the pass this time. Cole will send the denial out to Monk, who's trying to set up something. They do not want to go to overtime. They remember what happened in game number 1. Antics, though, is taking the demo, and we may not be going to overtime anyways, as it's effects taking the lead.
Now, I want to see what happened here. Wanks gets the demo in the midfield, and Ant just gets beat. It's a clear shot for Antics at the bottom right corner, or anywhere he wants to shoot that in the goal, because there's no one getting to back in time.
Now 17 seconds, the stakes could not be higher for Overlook. The offense, you need to put in the highest gear possible. You need to floor that gas pedal. Antics contesting on the back line, doing as much as they can to stall out the time. Monk looking for something as Antics will lay them out, put the car parts on the ground. It's bouncing around, zeros on the clock. Monk needs to keep this up. Cole's pass won't go to anybody, and Effects will take game number 2.
Now we go to game number 3. It's going to be a 1, 2, 3. I guess you could say 3 match points, I guess, in the favor of Effects, because they have 3 games to take this series, and they have really taken the momentum in their way in such an incredible fashion. Nothing has been overlooked, and it has just been all Effects, and Overlooked feeling the effects of Antics, Christian, and Ramen.
Yeah, I mean, Overlook found an early goal, right? They had the lead, they found the early mistake, but it's just that offensive Effects is so tough to play against, that they get a touch off the backboard or across the sidewall, and then it's like, okay, we got to play a little bit, we got to use our boost to try and clear that out. You don't clear it out, they get it, and then they continue to repeat that cycle until one of their players can just find an amazing angle to find that goal. So I feel like they're sitting very comfortable, like you said. As long as they don't lose 3 games in a row, they'll be moving to the grand finals.
It would be a very hard reverse sweep attempt for them. It is either a potential for the potential of a sweep. Effects on match point 3 of them. Overlooked, trying to make Effects feel their Effects.
Here we go, game number 3. Would love to close out the series very quickly. Guarantee yourself at least a chunk of that prize pool early today, but Cole, what is that angle? Finds the top left corner, the soft spot, and takes the lead, not even 15 seconds in.
Goodness, I wish I had the caster cams on, because my reaction to that pixel perfect shot was unreal. It was Cole, and it was the ball in the back of the net. All he had to do was get a quick one touch, and then just forcing the ball through. Here he is again, just forcing the issue on Antics on the back line, but Ant, the third man, so aggressive, that could have caused a goal in the favor of Effects. It's just not been very clean defensive work and midfield work, really, by Overlook. They've always just been overcommitting and overstretching to the side of Effects, and it has not been working, because the way that Effects play, they can counterattack quick the other end and get these 1-2 shots on goal.
They really can, and it is kind of unfortunate because, although it looks a little bit bad, it is just the really good offense of Effects that they're meeting those passes before you can even get them cleared out. You're seeing it here, Ant just trying to relieve the pressure by just a little bit, but Ramen's able to bump it back in, go back, pick up that middle big boost, and then is all of a sudden right back in the game. And this offense just does not stop. They keep on pressuring Cole. The last man back has to make the save, and although they're down 1, Effects looking really good right now.
Here we go. Here's Cole back to the middle. No, it's not going to be back to the middle. It's going to be Christian's ball. Oh, look at Christian go. It's a 1-2 touch, but it can't do too much. It's again, oh, look at that. You just have to be able to control the ball, play a little bit with more creativity. Christian, the 1-2 double touch right back to the ground. Does not work. Again, no boost for any control. Oh, what an infield pass. It was a great shot on target, but Christian with a denial, and Maul can't make contact twice. Whoa!
The double contact there. Christian, though, nice little save. Up to the skies now is where this ball will go, and through the first 2 minutes, only that lone goal on the board for Overlook, but I might have just spoken too soon, because Antics is going to find a long-winded shot that finds its way in.
Oh, that's a great play as well. Antics with a beautiful redirect. That's one of the shots of the tournament, by the way. To the bottom corner, to the bottom left angle, the bottom left 90. That was an impressive shot, to say the least, especially the fact that it found its way past 2 players in a very crucial moment, a very crucial spot in the game as well for Effects.
You gotta give this resilience medal over to Effects right now, that even when they're down, they're not crumbling, they're not giving up, they're still battling back. I mean, overtime, you saw it last game when they went down early, they're finding the ways to get back in the game, and they're finding ways to win them. Like we said, only one more needed. So much traffic around that goal line, but just unable to find it. They get back in the back foot now as Cole maybe looking for something, but it stalls out awkwardly, bouncing around. Ramen should be able to clear this away.
Ramen, his ball, no boost. Monk reading the future and pre-jumping that play. It's gonna be right back to him. Antics to the middle. It's gonna be right there. Christian on target. It's a floater, but Ant has the boost to get up. Cole gets beat. Ant has to get a boomer touch. Try at least to follow it up and does brilliantly with that. Here's Cole off the backboard. No follow there. It's gonna be Monk who can't put it on target. Double touch does make Christian a little bit more awkward, but they can rotate out of their half.
Get to rotate out both of these offenses,
Oh,
finding
no
touches.
way.
Ramen, no! The goal was right in front of them, but
Oh my
gives
gosh.
the ball a little kiss towards the post and doesn't find its way in.
Oh.
Maybe redemption there. Another shot will be recorded, but not another goal. Both of the defenses on both these sides are really stepping up. Ramen with 6 shots already recorded this game, having an absolute tear, and now they're still going. Ant will get it cleared under, will get it back to midfield, but Antics wants to keep going.
Redemption denied, but they have survived that attack. The checkpoint yet not cleared, and it's an open net. They have passed the checkpoint, but can they go to the final stop?
Yeah, I mean, you can't see Cole off on the right side, but Cole does so much in this play. Not only lays up a soft touch for Ant to slam home, but plays the linebacker, runs straight to the opposing defense, knocks him down, demos him up, and takes the lead for their team. Important, only 1 minute left to go. Maybe another here as Ant finds the left post to bounce it off of, but can't find the goal. 60 seconds. This is where you got to turn it on here for effects.
The game is potentially almost over in game number 3 if it stays like this. Manfield Knight lowering its landing gear. The wings are now put back. Throttle is held back. We'll see if this are the final moments for Overlooked, or can they continue in the tournament, because they have looked so well here in the upper bracket. It's Monk's fault. Can't do too well. Ants trying to get something. We're trying to run another lap. Is the lap now done, or does the marathon finally begin?
3v1 opportunity there, but Effects, they need to keep this going. Off in the corner, it's going to be 10 seconds left for them as we get back to single digits. Antics bouncing it down in front of the net. Won't be able to find a teammate there. They're going to have to keep it up if they want to keep this series sweep alive. They could possibly force overtime, maybe a player advantage down the field, but Monk just gets such a good little 50 across the wall, and it's all over. Overlooked, battling back in this game number 3 to take it.
The landing gear has been set. The plane has landed, but the next one has taken off. Put on your running shoes. We have just made this a marathon, and it just may go the distance.
Definitely really could. I mean, Overlooked looking a lot better that game, kind of working better with their lead and their offense showing some good things as well. But Ramen is so scary. I mean, 6 shots in that game, had just a really good overall teamwork game. And I think going forward, Ramen is a player you can look forward to maybe making those hero plays to maybe end off the series, because it is important to note, yes, the game is big for Overlooked. Yes, they moved to 1-2 on the series, but they still got to win 2 more, Mel. They still got to play 10 more minutes at least of Rocket League if they want to take this series.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. Ramen's a great individual player, but now it's just about ending it off, because they've been playing very technical. Overlooked aren't exactly the greatest team when it comes to rotations, and they leave their back line open so many times, and there's always no one covering the worst case scenario. The ball just boomed right back down the other end. It's always quick counterattacks that are goals for Effects. So that may exactly be the same, but now it's a game 4. Do we go the distance, or is this just a race to the finish?
Go. Game number 4, those answers will be given to us here. Would be really exciting for Overlooked if maybe they could force that game 5. Would definitely be carrying a lot of momentum back their way if they could, but Team Effects, don't sleep on them just yet. They got a lot of time to do it. A big demo there from Ant. Won't be able to find anything on the back end with that offense, but really good stuff from Christian, just doing their due diligence to clear it out, getting across the goal line. Another demo, a double demo, but somehow this is bouncing around. Finally, Ramen puts it in.
I don't think that, I mean, the ball just kept getting out. Who wants to score the ball? Nobody. Ramen, yeah, sure, I'll take it. I'll take my 3 points. He got a bunch of shots in the last game. He got, what, 6 shots in the last game? Well, let me get 1 shot, 1 goal, 100% conversion shooting percentage.
How about that? A little bit awkward, like we were saying. Did look a little bit scary there for a second that they wouldn't have been able to capitalize, but they were just good enough to get there. And now this is something that we have kind of actually rarely seen. Effects with an early lead that, if we remember back to their last game, they were able to create that lead, stretch that lead into a mountain, and Antics is just 1v3ing on the goal line.
What a pass down to Christian. Wants a hook shot off the backboard and has to commit. It's not the most decisive clear. It's an open net, and it's an open, not a goal. What a save by Ant to recover and get back in time.
Yeah, the ball was a percentage of gray there for sure, but unable to find it. Ramen, what a nice little touch there. Antics just has a pretty open shot, but somehow the defense is holding it, and a little bit of a slip of the ball, a little bit too high there on the shot, goes wide up and over the net. But this offense from Effects is a whole new beast in this game 4.
How it's not 2-0, I have absolutely no clue. I mean, even if Effects go on to win the game, overlooked, or should not be overlooked for the gameplay that they have just put in, the work that they just put in defense. Oh, that's dangerous to the midfield. It should be there for Effects, but there's no one there. It's a double touch off the sidewall for Ant. Monk gets beat. Ryman can't make a touch. That does make Cole awkward. That gives a lot of time for Christian to make this play upfield and sits with a great midfield interception. It's only as far as Cole. Rhythm, it's Ryman in the air, flip reset under Nolan, but it's going to be taken away.
Under 3 minutes left to go. That 1-goal lead still holding on the leaderboard. A little bit of a team meeting off in the corner as the members of Effects get close together, discuss how they're going to break down this next play. Antics will get that save and be able to keep that goal lead. Theirs now approaching that halfway marker. Cole going to try and keep this offense going. That's the important thing. Bouncing down, a good little demo, but couldn't find the angle to get the touch.
Antics no boost. They don't know that now. He's got boost. They waited too long to strike. Oh, Christian can't get a touch. Cole double committed. Double tap for Ant. Double tap for Ant. Oh, what a save! Oh, Christian has been the hero this tournament. Doesn't lay down to go to another end. It hits the post and goes out. What a sequence of events.
What a massive defensive play here. Big stuff from Overlook. They have right now 5 saves recorded. Absolutely everything towards their defense. You have to give them so much credit, but defense doesn't win you games. At this point, you need offense. You only have 1:45 to try and find at least a goal here. And Christian might add a second. Wins the 50, lays it down, but Cole is there just quick enough to stop it.
If history retells, these types of games are going to be almost impossible for the opposition that's down a goal to score. It's been such a stalemate back and forth in the middle. The midfield has just been disrupted and breached, and the backfield has been invaded by Effects. And now Effects, or Overlooked rather, are feeling the effects. But now, can they counter? Big bump and completely missed the ball. Is it a rush in for Monk? He overcommitted. It's an opportunity for Ramen going down the other end, but it's denied.
For a little bit, but now under that minute marker, this is where make or break. Up to the backboard, another massive save coming through from Cole. The defensive anchor just playing out of their mind, but you just need to get this cleared. You need to get your offense going because Christian is driving right back. Christian has got the nice flick touch and finishes the job.
Flip reset for Christian, and Antics was chasing Monk, and what did he have to do? He had to jump earlier than usual. Reset into the bottom shelf. 2-0.
2-0 here. Effects looks like they have all but closed this series out. Looking absolutely good right now. Breaking through the defense at every single point they can. 30 seconds left is a lot of time, though. Christian almost sends another one to their own net. mean, would count as a goal, but maybe not a goal you want on the scoreboard. So 30 seconds left to go. Overlook, the time is now to turn your offense on.
It's over. Hell, and Ryan wants to take it for himself. Grand finals on the way. Guess what? Effects, you are now grand finals bound. 2 wins in a row on stream. 2 wins in a row for them. They go to the grand finals. Will they make it 3?
I was going to say, maybe don't speak too soon, because that offense on Overlook is big, but Christian off the kickoff will probably put that final nail in the coffin. If there wasn't enough nails here, another ka-chunk right in this shot. Beautiful stuff, Ramen Christian connecting off of the kickoff. Making it the 4th here. Lovely stuff. 2 for Christian, 2 for Ramen. It doesn't look like either will find their hat trick, but maybe they can find another kickoff goal. Who knows?
It's going to be hard to do, though. It is game over. It is lower bracket for Overlooked. They can't even score at the last second. It was great from them, but at the end of the day, they could not take down Effects. It was Effects that had all the opportunity, all the potential to go to the grand final. They had an inspiring challenge against them, but instead, it is still Effects with a magical run this tournament.
Yeah, really, really magical. It's because this offense is looking magical. They are absolute unicorns out here. They're passing. They're doing everything. They're not popping the ball with their horn, and they're doing everything they can to get in the back of the net. And we just said, after they won 2, it's really just so hard to play back from that position if you are Overlooked. That winning 3 games in a row is tough. It's so much pressure. And the good news, at least for them, is they're not done, right? They get to drop down to the lower bracket. We'll actually be able to, see them next before they, get to keep on going, which is exciting.
Yeah, they've been doing so well this entire tournament, but now the emphasis has now been focused on the losers final. Who goes to the losers final? The matchup is going to be Overlooked Esports versus the winner of Early Challenge and Spate. We'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Even now, you're coming up to me, fire lighting up the sky. Feel the ground shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma find my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Any time or place, watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no. I got no rival. No rival.
Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? I have an open invitation, but you're telling me go get lost. I don't wanna see your face. Yeah, what the hell? So why don't we stay out till the morning light? Cause two wrongs can make a right. We're just doing what we feeling right now. Some Chardonnay, we camp in the parking lot. Leave traces of plastic cups. We're just doing what we feeling right now. So what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? Always waiting for the one, but I got news for you. I'm the best that you can get, so what the hell? Yeah, what the hell? So what the hell? So what the hell? What are you waiting for now? And what the hell? You're pretending that you like somebody else. Like you got boys waiting in line to take you home. But tell the truth, you spend the night alone. Let's be alone. So why don't we stay out till the morning light? Cause two wrongs can make a right. We're just doing what we feeling right now. So what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? Always waiting for the one, but I got news for you. I'm the best that you can get, so what the hell? Yeah, what the hell? Are you waiting so for what the hell? So what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? Always waiting for the one, but I got news for you. I'm the best that you can get, so what the hell? Yeah, what the hell? So what the hell?
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. I have come, it's cold and losing my control. The light is gone, the night is come, it's crazy. The light is gone, the lonely dark. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. Not too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. It's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop have this conversation. We got no relation.
It's crazy. And it goes like
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. We're jumping into the lower bracket semifinal matchup, the third and final game here. It is going to be a good one. One team on both sides has already taken one game, so this third game will be the decider to see who goes into that lower finals.
If Spate win this for sure, this would be the upset of the tournament. And my god, would I love to see this. Spate Esports versus Early Challenge. Oh boy, it's the lower semi-final to get to the lower final.
One matchup, one game here between the two. So you can get it. Obviously, you guys didn't see on stream, but Spate just took that last game in overtime fashion. So good little momentum booster here. Now all they got to do is win one more, but went right across the backboard, almost able to get that goal right on in. Early pressure from both sides, but no early goals just yet.
Oh, he's gonna play right back over. It's gonna be Eris controlling it. What a beautiful touch. It's continuing it. The dribble onto the other half. Chu. First touch, not there. The second touch messed up, but that allowed it to beat one. Mally can't get back down to the ball. It's gonna be right over to Vesh. Here's Kez. Kezi to Chu. Chu can't do too much with it. It's gonna bounce right back out, and Mally, it's down.
Down, out, and around as it bounces around the midfield line here for just a little bit of time. Chu bouncing to the side wall here and might have an opportunity as Mally gets a nice little bump out of the way. Beautiful teamwork play, and it's going to be Spate striking first.
No way, Spate! What a play by Molly. Vesh got sent to a different dimension, a different realm, the complete different space, a different galaxy, a different universe. But now, the momentum has been changed to a different team. Spate Esports lost the first game. The second game miraculously became theirs. The third game they have to do some work for against one of the best teams in the entire tournament.
That's a good point that you make. They still have to do some work here, only up one. Would love to extend the lead some more, but still lots of time left on the clock. And we know Early Challenge, they're a team that is able to contest up towards that goal line. Unable to get it there. Eris maybe up off the ceiling. The waterfall will be denied off by Kez. So no dangerous opportunities do get picked up there as they bounce it around, let it fall just very slowly. Spate, another slow drop, another roller, another touch towards the backboard, but Quint has it controlled.
Molly knows not to overcommit here because he knows exactly what Eris can do. Just drive challenging Eris. But that's not exactly the goal of what you want to do because Eris is one of the most dangerous players in North America. Here it comes again. It hits the post. Kez is going to be there. Quint can't go up. It's Kez down to Molly. Molly doesn't want to commit because he knows the 50 is coming right back up. It's going to be hard for Chu to handle this off the backboard. He leaves it for Molly. Molly over to Quint. Kez has to get an interception. Touch release. A bump can't do either. And it's still going to remain very much early challengers ball.
Their ball, but not their lead right now. Still Spate holding on to this 1-0 lead that they got a little bit earlier, but 2 minutes left to go. That offense building back up for those early challengers as they go back across the wall. They're going to have to get back on defense because Molly charges off to the corner, pulls a couple players up into the sky.
Kez.
Now the teammates looking to follow up. Kez looking for a backboard play, but Vesh is just too clean on the read. Will get the secondary touch. No, they won't. Eris right in front of the net. A lot of pressure to clear this away.
Spate, an organization that doesn't exactly like to make roster changes, has been through so many in the past couple of months, and they switched over to Molly and Chu as their two dynamic duo, and Kez is now the official third, the first official week, and can he lead this team forward to the promised land in one of the biggest upsets you may see? But instead, it's a lot of work that needs to be done. It is a lot of early challenge possession, a lot of early challenge opportunities, a lot of early challenge attempts, and it may be an early challenge goal if they can't get the ball cleared.
I get it cleared here because Quint has just sniped the right side, has found the goal. All of a sudden, the lead is none.
Oh, that's absolutely phenomenal. Drawing one out. Molly can't get a play in. Kez is just backwards. And not covering the worst case scenario. The entire team just kind of mix, mash, play. It did not work, which is what I'm trying to say. And it's now 1-all game, and now momentum potentially shifting in the opposition's favor.
Yeah, big momentum shifter with under 60 seconds left to go. That is all but dangerous here for the side of Spate. We'll see if they can get back to that defensive end and see if they can hold back on, because we may be looking at another overtime unless this one just rolls right on in. Molly finds it for the second goal.
Hello, good afternoon, good evening, and good night on the west side. Molly rolling it down straight through the middle. Spate, wake up, because you guys have almost done it. Eris, Quint, Vesh, what last second magic do you have in you, if any?
Magic right there, though. Right there for another goal. 30 seconds left to go. Not over just yet. The Magic, they are feeling it. Off in the corner, a nice little setup play. Vesh gets the shot recorded, but doesn't get the shot in the back of the net. The follow-up plays will be there. The offense has to turn up right now. Press forward on that gas pedal. Chu wasting a little bit of time. Molly making sure to keep it out of their possession. Bouncing it down. 10 seconds left to go. The demo is absolutely massive there. With the shot, the bar down, doesn't find it. Zero's on the clock. It's gonna bounce to the ground. They need to keep it up for early challengers. This is your tournament life, and it is all gone. Spate kills it.
Spate, you did it. You have done it. They advanced to the lower final in unreal fashion. Chu, Kez, Molly, you've been through it all. Very publicly, but now the lower final, top 3 is finally theirs. What an amazing tournament, especially for Eris and Vesh and Quint, because they have been amazing throughout the entire tournament, hitting some of the best shots you may ever see and best defensive performances. But this one belongs to Spate.
You gotta give it to them here. Back-to-back big games. Winning game 2, winning game 3. Their job is not done just yet. Like you said, they move on, but they are still in an elimination matchup. They're going to be moving into that lower bracket finals, where obviously you're going to be battling a team that just came off of a loss, but still cannot underestimate them. It's still going to be a best-of-3 series where it's going to be very, very short overall. So you do have to be so careful, and it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, so the bracket right back on your screen as well. It's effects just kind of chilling up there in the grand finals. Who did Spate get outed by? It was Overlooked. And guess who they're about to play? It is Overlooked. Spate Esports Overlooked. It's a rematch for a potential. It's a rematch to see who gets the prize pool money. And my God, Spate with an absolute magical run, taking down Artemis, taking down teams the like of Challenge, and back in that last bracket. This has been so far such an underrated tournament for them, but is it over?
That's the question. Is it over? That is the questions we'll have to ask. But like you said, we got to set up the lobby. We got to set up that series, because it's going to be a good one. A best of 3 in the lower bracket final right after this break.
Even now, you're coming up to me, fire lighting up the sky. Feel the ground shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Gotta tell you this is my moment. Can't say mine 'cause I own it. Don't you know that I'm locked and unloaded? You're out of focus. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma fight my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Anytime or place, watch 'em run away. I got no. I'll be standing on my own. Never gonna take my phone. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no. I got no rival.
Welcome back to Frost Esports, ladies and gentlemen. We just got an extra gifted matchup to us on stream that we don't usually get to see, but now we get to a really fun matchup. Obviously, we are talking about the lower bracket finals. One team, their tournament hopes are ended here after this series, but one of them is going up to that grand finals.
Yeah, Spate Esports trying to do what no one thought that they even can. I talked to Gad. He's like, no, they didn't, and I'm like, yeah, they did. They're in the lower finals, and that's something that you definitely did not expect. Overlooked and Spate about to go at it. The third in, I think they're going to restart the lobby. Every single there's always some type of lobby issue. Please be decisive, please.
Yeah, it looks like they're leaving. They're getting in and out. Might have been, just some server issues. It happens. It is what it is. Want to make sure they all have the best experience possible for such an important game. But nonetheless, we're going to get that lobby set up. We're going to get it ready to go. But like we said, the stakes still are not changed. You win 2 games, you're up in the grand finals. You lose 2 games. Unfortunately, you are done with the finish line literally right in front of you.
Spate overlooked an opportunity as well for Overlooked to potentially get right back where they feel like they can get another opportunity at a revenge game as well. Spate trying to do what I think many, not only themselves, I don't even know if they had belief that they'll make it this far in the tournament, but guess what? They did. Overlooked have been playing such a bluff style, not even a bluff. They call your bluff the way that they play. They play a very blunt way of the game, a very blunt play style. And when they commit and they full commit. And when they get those opportunities going, once they start controlling the midfield, it's either a goal for them or a quick counter attack goal the other end. There just has to be Spate that recognizes that on the back line, especially if they want to be able to take this series and get a second opportunity for an upset in a row.
I think they do have to be a little bit careful, right? Because we have seen Overlooked score a lot. We've seen them shoot a lot, where they have been outscoring their opponents by double or been able to find those really nice touches. They just have to be very careful because, yes, although they're coming off a loss, although, you're on this nice hot streak, you still have to be... It's a dangerous matchup, right? So going into this best of 3, going to be very exciting. If Spate can maybe handle that pressure, can revert it into something else. But if not, Overlook, they have showed some really good offense. Just have to clean up the communication just a little bit. We saw that where maybe they had, a touch here or there that got to the backboard, that got to the crossbar where they couldn't follow it up. But, now maybe is the opportunity where they've had time to talk. They've had that little bit, maybe extra 10 minutes that can be a game changer.
Yeah, and now you have Molly restarting the PC, so it's like now you gotta kind of shift around and be like, hey, what do they have to do? What do we have to do? You have an opportunity to, I wouldn't say calm the nerves, because I feel like the nerves are gonna kind of be there no matter what. You just have to do your best mentally to kind of stay fit, to kind of be in the moment mentally and do your best to recharge. And I feel like for both teams, for especially Overlooked, who feel like, oh, we need to win this not only for us but ourselves, but as well our fans, because a lot of people know these guys. These are well-known guys in the community as well. Trying to go and face the best team that we've seen all tournament in effects in the grand final. there's a lot at stake here. There's a whole lot on the line for both of these two teams, not only mentality wise, money wise, but also reputation wise.
There really is so much, and that's the exciting thing about doing these weeklies is just seeing week after week, seeing these teams improve and seeing that. But you did mention the mental aspect, that the fatigue, might start to be hitting them. That they've been playing Rocket League for 3 hours now. Maybe they've had some breaks here or there, but they've been giving it their all for 3 hours straight. I mean, that would tax anybody, especially these teams playing at such a high level. So we'll see maybe if that affects them here. It looks like both teams, they're ready and up to the task. Yes, like you said, they might have some nerves, and maybe they can overcome those nerves to get into that championship. Will be really exciting. It does look like Mally has joined back, has reset the PC, so he should be getting started here pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, you said 3 hours. Some of these teams get scrims before, and like hour-long scrims. So 4 hours. Both of the teams had to go through the mental gauntlet, the gameplay gauntlet, and the bracket gauntlet. They have one more thing to prove. Can they make a grand final? Can they win a grand final when everything is turned against them, when the circumstances are no longer in their favor, when momentum has been shifted to the other side from the start, when the nerves are at an all-time high? You have to win this match just to get there.
Gotta win this match. Gotta win too. Like we said, still focusing on that best of 3, but focusing on this tournament as a whole. Before we get into this matchup, maybe you guys are sitting at home. Maybe you guys have a team ready and roaring to go. We run these tournament every single Monday night. Make sure to join the Frost Discord. Get in there as we run these events. We're on Valorant on Thursdays, some 1v1s as well. There's a lot of fun stuff, so make sure to get yourself in there. Also, huge shout out to Trolley for sponsoring today's prize pool. And if you guys are maybe looking for a water bottle, we got our new partner Hydro Flask, so make sure to stay hydrated out there and chat today.
Both teams have had to go through the gauntlet. Spate Esports trying to make the impossible run. Overlooked looking for a rematch with the impossible team in effects in the grand finals. It's gonna be Spate that are ready to go in. And we're going to have Overlooked soon to be in the grand finals. Both teams need this series to win it. Spate are going to be in the blue. Overlooked are going to be in the orange. And production is about to get underway. I mean, who would you predict? Just based, if a little birdie, not you, a little birdie, who would a little birdie predict?
Oh, it's tough. I really do think Overlooked looks like the better team because they have already beaten them. They have already had that success, but we'll just have to see. They're coming off of a loss. Anything can happen here in the lower bracket finals, but let's get into it. Game number 1 underway.
Overlooked have had to wait a little bit, but it's been Spate that have been warmer, but that keeping yourself warm by just coming off that last series could also be very, very bad for them as well. Because they could be as well fatigued. They just came out of the distance with one of the best players in the tournament, arguably one of the best bubble players in North America. So it's going to be hard to see how Spate react. Overlooked, they are going to have some things going in their favor. Vice versa, both teams are going to have a lot of different factors going back and forth, the pros and cons. Who is going to be able to make the most of it?
Going to be able to make the most of it. Both teams already making some demos, so getting that physicality that we love to see, but 1 minute almost already gone, no goals on the board, as Spate already setting up some offense on that back line, and able to get a nice little touch off of the corner, but the offense continues for a little bit. It's going to be Chu with the pockets being picked. Kez with the angle, can't find it from the sky as the reads are just so dang good from Overlooked on the defense.
Here we go. It's Cole, he popped it right back up, and it's open backboard. He wants to use it and abuse it, but Chu has absolutely chewed and spit out that attempt and said, hey, you're gonna have to get something a little bit better than that in the most New York accent you can think of. Another opportunity is Monk with a mind, peace, and soul. The absolute just calmness to make sure you got that read on the back line and not overcommitting and not panicking. Pass in front, interception in the middle by Maui.
bit of a little bit getting active on the defense, and a nice little redirection there as that one taps the left post, but doesn't find its way in. A lot of very close shots in these first 2 minutes, but either one of those able to go in. A lot of demos, both these teams utilizing that as a strategy. Some big boost being picked up there on the side by Overlook. Klez, though, going for a little bit of a mid-air backboard touch, but can't find it. The reads again. Overlook sensing out every single one of these plays, setting up again. Monk making it awkward, and Cole keeping it alive.
Oh, it's going to be a hard one, but Chu sends it to the other side where no one from Overlooked is. All from Overlooked was just in one side. Now they have to transition right back over. That's going straight down for Monk. It bounces favorably for him. Mally can't get a good touch and trying to get it on net. No, he can't. It's going to be Cole's opportunity for a shot to the top left corner. At least get off the backboard, but that attempt was squandered because of the demo in the midfield by Mally, who had an opportunity to demo the player that was going to get the follow-up there. Oh, it's Cole right past him. Monk, it's going to be right underneath. It's Chu's ball. It's going to be hard for him to work with, but it bounces right back out.
Bounces out. A deadlocked game here, 0-0 after 3 minutes of play. Who will be the one to strike first blood? We know this first game is so important in a best of 3 to get yourself on series point. To just get one game away from touching that grand finals can be all the motivation you can need. But both these teams, they got shots, they got everything here, but they really haven't found the goals. Overlook, they've been trying to pressure. A demo there, backboard, 3-person play, and Monk finds it.
As you say that, too, they haven't found the goals, but they just found one. What a demo, and forcing Kets to commit off the backboard, abusing it, setting it up for Monk, who's going to be right there. And that's exactly what I said. This team is very, very aggressive. Once they commit, they commit. It's just that midfield pressure that they were able to go in and break down the opposition, but Mally has to work magic right back down against the opposition down the other end.
We're talking about the shots. I mean, you look at the shot differential. Spate Esports, they have had more quantity, but the quality has been on the other side. Overlook, only 2 shots, but they have the one goal that matters. They have the teamwork play that is found in the back of the net, and that one almost finding its way on in. Cole able to make the save just in the nick of time, maybe able to turn this into a counterattack. The midfield, Ant is open, but Kez stops the ball.
It's going to be a pinch right back out. Monk has to commit for this. Not going to be hard to do so because Kez just kind of banged the ball away. It still may work because of a big defensive error. Kez has to turn quickly, and he doesn't do so, favoring the boost.
Double commit there, but to find the follow-up play. Ant a 1v1. Kez easily read, but a little bit awkward there for just a minute. Bounces down off into the corner. Chu reset there as they pick up some more of that defensive clearing. Will be Kez clearing up towards the backboard. The teammates flooding in to try and help out, but talk about flooding, they need to start to build up these defensive walls if you are Overlook. 30 seconds left with a 1-goal lead.
Here we go, Monk on the backboard, wants a redirect or something there. He does get the read off of Mally's touch. It's going to fall right back for Mally, but Monk, it's fell beautifully for him as he's got a great 50 on that as well. It's a double demo, an eye for an eye, a cheek for a cheek. It's Kez, downfield, and what can he do? Not too much. Final 10 seconds. Spate needs something here in game number 1. It bounces out for Kez. You hit Chu in the midfield. It's going to bounce for Mally. Mally off the corner to the midfield. Here comes Chu!
Massive goal here, and Spate keeps their hopes alive. The passing play works out. Chu gets just above one player and under the other. We call it thread in the needle, and that is going to be overtime. 1-1. Oh boy, this game number 1 is going to end with one of these teams finding a goal.
No one put a hand up. Hand down, man down. Overtime. Something that we did not think we were going to see. And it was Chu. Oh, Kez! Chu had so many. He didn't really look fairly comfortable in that first game. But he came out and said, hey, I'm here. And he stood up when he needed to the most. But can they complete the impossible in-game comeback? Here's Kez. Pops into the sky. First touch not there. Molly can't get a touch. It's Chu off the backboard. Chu is cooking right now. He's feeling comfortable, but it could not convert.
convert. The just angle wasn't there for them, but you know, all of this pressure from Spate feeling really good off of that 0-second goal. They hadn't found one in all of the 5 minutes of regulation up until that 0 seconds, so got to be feeling good with all these offensive touches to start off this overtime. A high clearing shot there, but it's just stopped too short. The demo gets some offense going. Chu, Molly, the setup is there, and it's just an open goal finisher.
That is unbelievable. Spate take the first game of the series, and who is it? It's Chu to Molly. The pinch and miscommitted. It finds the back of the net. Wake up. It is going to be morning, the time that players find this on the other side of the world. It is close to midnight on the East Coast, and it is closer to 9 p.m. on the West. My ladies and gentlemen, what a series we have for you here. Spate overlooked, and it's Spate with the first game.
Yeah, I mean, big surprise. I mean, they were definitely on the defense for a lot of that game, but we're just able to find the 0-second goal. I mean, and that is just so tough to play on a 2v1. You have to commit at some point, and eventually, just when your teammates aren't there, that is really just so tough to play. But importantly, for Overlook, they're not done yet. They got game number 2, and they might be able to do to Spate what Spate just did to the previous team in the previous series and hit that quick reverse sweep. So we'll see if they can go back-to-back games.
Yeah, Overlook definitely have the potential to do. I think they have the most potential to do it. To find themselves down and then get a reverse sweep out of any team in the tournament remaining. I trust them on that, and it's going to be Cole to do it. Here's Cole. That is exceptional. What a bump. What a goal. It's 1-0.
6 seconds in, unassisted. I mean, a little bit assisted. The teammate gets the bump, but what a shot there to light up the overlooked offense here. An early lead is what they're going to be walking away with.
Oh, now that is what you call an exceptional shot. But now it's about if they can hold on to that and if they can keep pouring goals on. And oh my God, Musty almost peeking on Spate. Here's Ant. He's already up. Has a great interception. Molly's actually going to be there. He can't exactly get a touch. Now he does. Great interception from him. Cole unchallenged. And in the midfield, getting chased around by Molly. Cole wants to go by himself. Molly, first touch, not really there. Now he can go. He has no boost to work with, and Monk realized that he himself had no boost. Now Ant has got a lot of boost and the air superiority. Here comes Ant with a beautiful save by Chu.
Really unfortunate didn't have any teammates to follow up there because Ant just driving into the net. Maybe Cole on this one. The angle is so good. Ant with the follow-up pass. It is in. Double up the lead.
It's Overlook with the air superiority unchallenged, and they drop the bomb, and it explodes all over Spate Esports as reality starts to awaken. Overlooked 2-0 up in the game.
Ant, like their namesake, 100 times the carry weight here, absolutely doing work in this game number 2 to try and bring Overlooked back in the series, but still a lot of time. 4 minutes left to go. That is a lot of time for Spate Esports to cook, and they also were cooking right at the end of last game, so maybe they can do it again.
I'm not so sure they feel that way. They came right back out and made 2 or 3 double commits, and they're starting to feel the urgency of, hey, we need to come back in this game because we don't want to let this go to a game 3. I feel like they're starting to trust each other less and less and less, and both committing for things that they should not be committing for together. That's a little bit too much trust. What a pass that would have been from Monk if he could have pinched it off the crossbar. Other way, it's a great pass from Cole, and it's Ant that dishes it in the back of the net. Guess what? He's got a brace.
Ant has attached rockets to the back of him, comes flying out of the midfield to beat Molly up in the skies, and that is a 3-0 lead. Ant is a 1 goal away from a hat trick, and we're only a minute and a half into this game too.
Oh, and they've got the ball, they've got the boost, they've got the air, they've got the players, but they don't have the offense right now. It's Molly to Kez. Kez, no boost to work with, just giving the ball away. You can see how different the pace of play is. They're playing now to Overlook's game. Big demo. It's Cole. It is Cole. It is now a brace for Cole.
I mean, it's just an absolute breakdown of the defense here. Monk is just kind of bullying them around, and then Cole's got a nice open net. Ant tries to steal it, but unsuccessfully does so. Now 4 goals is the mountain that Spate has to climb back to this game, and it's really, really tough when, like you said, they had those early mistakes and now they're starting to pile up. I mean, is this just a scenario, Mel, where you're thinking of going to the next game already?
I think you just kind of want to do what you can, because I feel like as long as you can salvage a goal or two before the maybe before the 30-second mark, I feel like mentally as a player, for me, I always feel like it's salvageable if you're able to get 2 goals down 4. If you're able to get 2 goals right before it hits 30 seconds, I'm like, that can be an opportunity for a win. That would have been a crazy double tap for Ant had he got that in. But he said, give him a hat trick, and Molly said, nuh-uh.
Molly with a pretty big save there nonetheless, but like you said, there is still time, but there's got to be some goals happening pretty fast, and Monk, with these really nice redirects, is just able to control the entirety of the game, and there is no defense back. Cole will find the 5th off the assist from Monk.
Well, Kez went for boost. Chu was caught off by the 50 by Molly, so he also overcommitted Molly, and Chu just couldn't get back in time, and Kez was just stuck wide, looking for boost. That's not how you play threes. You have to be able to consistently stay on the ball. At the very least, do what you can to keep this in your favor. Not so sure where Kez went. I feel he lost connection. Oh, that's unfortunate. But I mean, 5-0. There's not much you can do from here.
Yeah, there's not much you could do. I will say I'm kind of convinced at this point Ant is trying to sabotage their own team, trying to steal the goals, trying to almost bump Cole off that previous one. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just saying, Ant, maybe a little bit of self-sabotage there, but maybe just giving a little bit of respect over. Like we said, Kez did lose that connection, and this game pretty much all but over. So kind of just bounce it around for now. We'll see if Spate can maybe just talk about it during this moment, see what they need to regain about it. Cole, unfortunately, going to miss that shot. Monk, maybe with the follow-up, ain't going to bounce around there, too.
Let me sub in! I'm right here. It's 5. It doesn't make any difference. Okay, never mind. Nick, my producer probably kicked me if I did that. That's a great play by Molly, and it's 1-5.
Oh, Molly able to find it, even down a player. It looks like Monk just floating in the back of the net. So not really using the boost, letting that goal slide on in with a minute left. Maybe, maybe Spate can do some crazy things and maybe catch back up.
Well, I mean, they need to be a little bit, they need to have a little bit more than luck on their side as well, as this, in all likelihood, will be heading to a final game, a decisive game. Overlooked, with all the momentum in this game pouring on the goals and some. The saves almost irrelevant from them, because there were very little to, if not none, that they needed to notably make in this game. Spate Esports needs something of mental ability to keep them and carry them into the next round, because what they're doing right now is not working. It is 20 seconds remaining, and it's going to be 2 goals for 1 goal for Spate as we may just hop into the next game. Go to the next.
Yeah, big save there. Another one will be scored here by Ant. We might just be going off to Brazil, which would be pretty fun. Need a little bit of a vacation here, but Cole, good stuff on the pass, Ant, good stuff on the reception, and at this point it doesn't really matter, but it's just extra confidence to boost going into this next game. 6 seconds left to go. We might see another kickoff goal. We'll see if Spate allow it, if they want to allow that Brazil to happen, and Cole looks like they might just drive their way in. Molly in the net. Chu with the save will not let us go to Brazil, but Overlooked with the early lead will be taking this second game, forcing a game number 3, a best of 1, 5 minutes to decide who's going up to the grand finals.
Champions Field ? Because this is a series that I feel like deserves that map. Wow, what a way. And we're gonna go the distance. If it goes the way that I think it may go, it may very well go the distance. Overlooked going into this as the favorites. They were a little bit more cold. Spate came off their last match hot going into this one. They won a beautiful game number 1. It was great from Overlooked from then on. They came in CM number 2 with a hat trick for Cole and a hattie for Ant. It was 16 shots in total from Overlooked. to the, what, 1 or 2 from Spate Esports the entire game, that's not what you call impressive. What you call impressive is going to Champions Field and with winning when everything is on the line to make the grand final.
Yep. Very, very important game here. Game number 3. Like we said, one game to just decide it all. I mean, for Spate, this is the run you wanted. This is the revenge story, but you really have to find something early. I feel like first minute, maybe minute and a half, you just got to get in there and find a goal because, like you said, they didn't really have the shots. They didn't really have the goals last game, and it really looked like Ant was on point. So we'll see going into this final game. One of these two teams is moving to the grand finals.
Is it the Spate underdog story, or is it Overlooked, who continue to just to continue to establish their dynasty and regime in France Esports?
Ant already with a good little offensive touch, but both teams getting a little bit active. Chu has to be so careful here as the last person back, but Kez will get a demo that will relieve some of that pressure on the defense, but Molly is looking for maybe a passing attempt, double. Goes up, Kez looking for maybe a passing play, but the teammates aren't there. A lot of discombobulation to start off this game.
Trying to get a pass back. Omong is chasing Molly, who has to make a dive and does beautifully on that. It was a super hard one for Molly to save. He was getting chased around in the back line, but he can't make contact here as he's just flown under the ball. Nowhere really close near it. Kez can't do too much. It's Monk. Q leaves it. Kez is going to get baited into the ball. He's going to get bumped for momentarily, Cole. It's Molly's ball in the air. 50 dropping for Chu. He's going to leave it for Ant. Now he has to go up Chu. It's a dangerous draw. Drops for Cole.
Ant with the perfect setup on this play. Cole's going to find it, but Ant pulls everybody, uses every single ounce of boost, and then gets up and active in that right corner. Cole, what a shot to finish off the play. And Overlooked are starting this game 3 exactly how they want with that first goal.
And they did so well at that. Oh, it's going to be a second. No, it's not. Mally with an amazing intervention. Now it's Kez underneath. Has to make something of that. Here's Molly, can't go into the air. He's got minimal boost. It's Chu's ball. It drops down. Is it Chu's ball still? Yes, it is. Is it Kez now? No, it's not. Molly, last back. Kez does not care. 1-0.
Yeah, really awkward on the clear here. Kez just gets the bounce back. Ant unable to get this clear the zone, and Kez just easily picks the pocket. Really slow roller, actually, into that right corner. So all equal here in this tense game number 3, and a very important goal for Spate Esports. They do also win the kickoff to add a little bit of that extra pressure, but Cole immediately sending it the other way.
Off the ceiling, it's going to be for Molly. Wants to control it. Minimal boost. The 50 rushing in by Ant. Direct challenge. A very confident one. Kez, 50 right back out. Oh, that's dangerous for Molly, but it's going to be beautiful for Kez. But the touch isn't. It's going to bounce straight back out for Overlooked, but they can't find the play. The 1-2 passing play breaks Spate onto offense.
Very dangerous on the clear. Not a lot of defensive players back for Overlook, but now into the side wall. Cole the Monk. Monk is just gonna guide this one in. Probably didn't even need to be there from the plays Cole made, but just slips it behind the entirety of the defense, and they'll retake the lead.
Yeah, it was a big mistake on the back line from Kez. Just can't get a solo touch on the ball. It's getting right underneath, and there's no one covering the worst case scenario, which of course was that shot toward the goal. That's a great demo by Chu. It's Molly's ball underneath. It's a great read by Ant. It's Kez that floats it toward the goal. It's another infield pass. Oh my god, that could have been a goal going back the other way, but Ant could get a good footing on it, and it's going to be right back for Chu.
Monk, what a crazy save as the last player back, able to possibly do it. Molly getting a bump as well. This is just so awkward and such an easy slide in for Molly.
Well, this one got 50 right back out. Every single player got caught out. Molly just had to 50 it in, or else the save would have came through going the other way. Spate Esports momentum not exactly in their favor, but they show that they can fight back.
Just a lot of awkwardness, maybe that fatigue, just no one being able to clear it out of their defensive zone, and these errors are being forced. So now we're tied up 2-2. Monk might change that soon, but Chu easily gets up to the crossbar to defend that one. Monk gonna try and keep the play going off in the corner, but won't be able to pick up the boost, but will be able to keep it awkwardly as Ant battling across the wall, up to the skies, maybe a good touch, but nothing to work with in the tank.
It's a great challenge by Chu, just facing it head on, not really hesitating and giving him too much space. He had a lot of space. He couldn't overdo that. Monk, what a shot. Couldn't get it on target, couldn't steer it toward the net. Chu passed one. Monk denying that. Here's Kez, can't get it. It's going to be right underneath Molly. They're starting to panic a little bit, Spate Esports, as they're starting to feel the pressure, the urgency starting to set in. Monk trying to get something to work, and pops it right back. It's going to be Kez underneath. Had to go up to block any attempt at the net, just trying to make sure there's no one there. Chu, someone got bumped and someone got scored on. It's Cole credited with the goal. It's 2-3.
Yeah. Ant actually goes nuclear on the left side there. Not only gets a great touch, but kind of bumps two players out of the way as well. So lovely stuff. Chu is just not able to get there in time, and it is going to be overlooked, retaking the lead. Less than a minute to go in this game number 3, Spate Esports. They have to force a mistake now. Chu across the backboard. They win the kickoff, but can't capitalize on it.
It's back mid. Kez with a big dunk, but that's all he can get. It's Ant's ball. It's Ant's possession. It's Ant's air superiority. It's Ant's pass, and it's Monk's goal! That is a way to shut the door!
Yeah, this is absolutely crazy. Ant, the perfect setup. Monk, the communication, and barely just centimeters over their opponent's car. Now a 2-goal lead. Spate looking broken. They have 30 seconds left to go, and they have to find 2 goals quick.
Oh, Chu, can he be the person to do it? He was he was a hero in game number 1. Molly, the unsung hero, can't do anything. Kez, 50 pop up. Chu may get beat. No, he won't. It's unchallenged fairly. Molly just has to commit. This is the aggression that they were missing in the earlier games. Why not just go and put the pressure on? Chu, he called one off. Oh, and he wanted the pass. He couldn't find the shot. It's a goal, and it's a absolute banger of a series that ends with a rematch of Overlook and Effect and the grand final.
Yeah, Spade definitely had their chance. They won that first game, but after that second game just was really hard to bounce back in the series. I feel like they found a couple of the mistakes to break through, to punch through that really hard defensive Overlook that has been so resilient. But Overlook, I mean, Ant had a crazy good series, was scoring, was passing, was just doing everything right.
Yeah, he did so well to be able to transition all around the field, be able to facilitate the gameplay. But there were a couple of times that they got kind of caught out in these counterattacks that Spate weren't able to convert. Effect is a team that is going to be able to convert these counterattacks, and that's why they lost the last series when they were in that upper final. So we'll see if the same thing happens there. Effect and Overlooked Llama in the grand final.
An exciting one. Will be good to see, best of 7 to finish us off. There's that game advantage still in play, but sevens are really fun. They go really long. You have to play even more consistent. You have to just, keep up that patience and, that mental, that what we talked about, that can really start to get you down if you're playing a long series.
Yeah, as well, you just have to have the mentality of a champion. And one of these two teams, Llama, is going to become a champion here very soon.
Yeah, they definitely are. But you know what champions do, Mel? They hydrate. Make sure you guys out in chat are staying hydrated also as well with our big sponsor, Hydro Flask. Make sure to order yourself one here today.
And with a grand final with a lot of anticipation, we'll see what All right, with a grand final with a lot of anticipation, it's Effects, it's Overlooked, it's the Frost Esports 104 grand final when we come back from a break.
ground, shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma fight my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Any time or place, watch 'em run away. I got none. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no. I got no rival. Tell me now, what you gonna do? We can do this face to face. The reckoning is coming real soon. Doesn't matter what you say. Try to tell you this is my moment. Can't take mine 'cause I own it. Don't you know that I'm locked and unloaded? You're out of focus. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma fight my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Any time or place, watch 'em run away. I got no. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my phone. I got no rival. Watch 'em run away. I got no. I got no rival.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Still here at Frosty Sports, and we're getting ready to go for our grand finals on the night. It's a best of 7 series with two teams that have already played and we have seen already play before.
Yeah, two teams, two top teams. They went through the gauntlet. They went through it all. And now it's time for the grand finals, effects and overlook for all of the dice, all the money and all the prize.
all of the prize money on the line. Important to note here that Effects, they are starting with that game advantage because they won that previous winners final series. So they'll have a little bit of leeway to give, and they looked pretty strong in that series overall, taking it 3-1. They only need to win 3 here in the series, while Overlook, they need to win all 4.
They do need to do exactly that. They have to find a way to get through across. Antics, pass 1. Antics to Christian. Christian can't do too much. Antics trying to get a pass back. Here's Cole. Remember the last series and how well that went as well for Effects, because they were able to read so well on what they Overlooked were about to do, but that's not exactly very readable, especially when Monk is abusing and using the backboard like that.
Yeah, and it is once again Ant with these perfect, precise passes and a perfect shot from Monk to slip it between 2. The first goal, exactly what Overlook needed, and to carry that momentum from their Game 3 win in the previous series right to the series has got to feel so good with their players already getting that confidence in the wheels.
Beautifully precise play here. Here comes Antics. Leads it for Ramen off the backboard. It's a little bit too high. Antics has to at least dive in front of net to deal with this one. Oh, look at Christian across the face of the net. Oh, what a save by Ant!
Ant doing everything already with a big save to keep that scoreline in their favor. But the offense, that is what Effects had worked off of in the last series, is just keep getting those shot after shot after shot, and eventually they will find a way to punch through. How about a little bit of a nicer redirect there to keep it up on the backboard? Monk, though, smart enough to get that past the teammate and clear that out.
Here we go. Trying to make something happen. Ramen, Christian, Ramen. Oh, he left the play. He trying to get a backflip. He didn't expect the miss. Antics to Ramen. Oh, he hit the post. It may have taken a deflection off of Monk, but it still remains 1-0.
Good shots, though. This is exactly what Effects need. A little bit of time to warm up, and it is going ping pong through everybody as Antics finds the goal.
1, 2, 3, 4, ANTIX just scored, and in what a fashion he just did it as well. That is absolutely next level. It's Effects that put themselves on the board.
Up the game here, 1-1. Lovely stuff, but still 3 minutes left to go here in the game. What is technically game number 2 because we already have that game advantage active. But they got to keep going. They can't just get that 1 goal, but they have been comfortable before at tied leads. We'll see if they can stay comfortable again as Cole and Co are on the offense.
Here we go. Big demo. Can't do too much. Christian got caught out there. Almost had to get a big touch on this one. Ramen pops it up. Antics wants to find Christian again, but Cole, the greater interception, maybe a second touch for Cole. Can't do too much. Christian's ball. Air dribble not there. Possession given away only for a moment. Monk can't do too much with this. Now I'm playing such a deep second and third man right now. Overlook Esports. Just trying to make sure that they don't get caught out on these big opportunities going back down the other end.
Counterattacks have been really so nice.
Ow.
How about this one? Monk has just got an easy touch, but Christian somehow gets back. Kind of a bungled play there that should have been a goal for Overlooked. Is just the defense from Effects stepping up. Another big highlight point of that previous series. And we talk about the counterattack plays. Antics just finds an easy one.
If not one by land, if not one by sea, I have Antics here to deliver them to me. 2-1 Effects, and in what a way as well. Overlook should have for sure scored that first goal, or that second. What a goal! He hit the backboard again. It was a nice play off the backboard, the follow-up. Oh, he hit the backboard. The third player allowed Christian to get back into the play and get a backboard read on this one. This is the harder one for Christian, but they can't do it here.
Christian has been that anchor, though, this game. Another great save recorded for them as we are heading towards this final minute. You have to be so careful here if you are Overlooked. Do not want to fall down 0-2 in this series. Demos, though, from Ant. Getting active. Cole gets the double demo, but those respawns are coming through fast. Ant goes up to the skies to maybe set someone up. It's in the skies. Had an opportunity, but Antics with a massive save.
There he's Cole. Pops her right back down. Christian to Antics. who can't get a hat trick. He's already got a brace in the game. And to Cole. Cole for the net. Goal! No! Disaster for Overlooked.
Yeah, double post there really does feel so bad. Should have been another goal and another opportunity completely bungled here. 40 seconds left to go. They have to keep on going. They have to keep that short-term memory because you cannot think about that one and you have to get this cleared out. You cannot let Effects offense control the rest of this game.
Here's Antix. Keeps it close. One more touch just to beat Ant, and he's done exactly that. It's a great demo play. It's Monk's ball now. It's off the ceiling. One touch does not beat Christian. And with the bump, Cole, an opportunity. Ant has to turn. It's going to be his ball now, and he's got to turn much quicker. He's got to insta-challenge this with a couple of seconds remaining. Is there any late-game heroics that Overlooked had in the last game? No, it was not. It's Effects that show their resilience and their opportunity and their potential in this game with Antix brace.
Yeah, and it really did seem like Effects came into that game a little bit cold, right? They've been sitting for a little bit of time, and Overlook took advantage. They took advantage of that slow defense, but as soon as they found the defense, as soon as the defense started to heat right back up, I mean, I know we're in the Frost tournament, but they started heating up, get rid of that Frost, and as soon as they did, they just got so many counterattack opportunities and easily closed out the game.
Wow. What a grand final we have here. It's 5:55 a.m. in Amsterdam. Salt Lake City, 9:55 p.m. West Coast, San Francisco, 8:56. The East Coast, 5:55 in EU, yes, in the UK. East Coast, it is 11:56. Midnight being approached, the golden hour and the new hour. And whose hour is it?
Will be the question. Obviously, Effects with winning that previous game have such a big advantage in the series. Now 2 games they are ahead that Overlooked have to chop down, chip them down, find the holes in the defense, and like we said, these teams have already played. In the last one, it was Overlooked falling down 1-3, but some really good shots off the kickoff to show their offensive prowess.
How the unluck is unreal. Oh, what a play. Great save. But still there. Christian gets beat. Cole can't make contact. Monk to Ant. Ant trying to beat one. Underneath. Here's Monk again. Can you chant for Ant or clap for Antix? It's Ramen trying to shoot it. It's going to bounce off of the kind of the post and go right back out. Christian can't do too much. It's going to be Ant that clears it only as far as Ramen, but he can't as well do what he wants to do. Antix gets beat and gonna be there. Back to Cole. Here comes Cole, but it's gonna be denied. Great defense there.
And at this point, it's not even Overlooked getting unlucky. It's this defensive Effects that are just not allowing a single pass, a single touch to have that even opportunity, that even if it looks close, that it's not even getting there. And such a bad touch here from Monk, just puts it in their own net.
Well, this is... Oh no, yeah, he tried to get a control touch to the other side, except he kind of caught it at a weird angle and with like a nanosecond of bad timing. I have experienced that so many times in this video game that is just unreal. I feel the pain, really.
It's really hard to deal with, and it really stinks because at this point in the tournament, those mistakes just cannot be there, and Antix just lets a floater fly in, just untouched after this. Absolutely crazy.
Well, this one just kind of flies, just like you say. Well, you chant for Ant, you cheer for Antix. What can you do when you go against a team like Effect? This is the Effect of the angle, but now it's 2-0 down. It's about to be 3 if they can't get back in time.
Gotta get back here. 3 minutes left to go is still a lot of time, but those two kind of own goal mistakes really, really hurt, and they sit right back in the back of your mind. Monk trying to get up and active. Some demos return the other way in their favor, but about half this game left to play now. Ramen looking for maybe an entrance into the zone, and Antics just going to go hard right towards the backboard. The double commit is forced up towards the skies, and Christian is contesting, but at least Overlook get a clear here.
Here we go. Antics. Christian. Ramen. The double attempt. No, he can't. Antics. Trying to do something here. Christian pops it right back down. It's Cole with a big clear. It's Monk's ball. Cole wants it too. Why have you double committed for that? That had a clear goal scoring opportunity. But now instead it's Antics who's looking for his second. A big save, and now it's a clear down the other end. Ant, can he get one more touch? 3 touches for him? Yes, he can. Here's Cole. One more down to the middle. Big demo. Beautiful demo. Open it. And it's Monk who makes up for his earlier mistake.
Yeah, this is nice stuff here. Cole actually sets him up out of the corner, finds the angle, gets down, and you see Christian just has to put the car in reverse. Either you put it in reverse, you're gonna be car in just a matter of seconds. So really good communication there, and Overlook now chipping away at that goal lead. Now it is only 1, but they are slowly starting to run out of time. They got to be a little bit careful.
Yep, it's gonna be hard as well to keep a team like this at bay, but only for so long. With 2-1, the same scoreline of the last game. Is there any changes here? Or has the script replayed itself in different fashion and different order?
Question. Is the script there? Is it here? I mean, effects. We remember the last game where they were able to get to series points so quickly. How about these passing plays? Looking so clean! Christian with the 3rd.
Well, you can't keep him out. Only thing you can do, knock on the door, and it will be open to you. 3-1. The fashion of which many did not expect. But it was well delivered. The message well delivered. And now, it's very much a warning to every opposition that looks from beyond.
Big warning there, but minute to go. The passing plays looking just absolutely picturesque at every single moment here for effects. Overlook, though, they still have time, and maybe can set something up, maybe can be that battering ram, but Christian just once again so clean. Ramen contesting those passes, meeting them at their mark. There is nobody back. Ramen should have a nice, easy score.
Well, I mean, that was, again, it's 4-1. What do you eat ramen with? Actually, let me ask you that. What do you eat ramen with?
Really like a work. I got.
Damn, you are a fraud. Lord have mercy.
I don't eat ramen, so.
Wait, what? Hold on, llama. Excuse me,
Yeah.
what?
I have a strict diet of Hot Pockets and 3-minute pizzas on the go. But, you know, it is what it is. You know?
Oh my
I just don't eat
goodness.
noodles.
Hot Pocket? Oh, look, I guess, what do you, in NRG or something?
Yeah, ham and cheese Hot Pockets specifically, I'd like to note. Also, Christian eating well with that 5th goal, so that's pretty good. Add some cheese on that one.
That's one heck of a diet. All right, then. It's 5-1, and it's Christian with a clear shot and a clear goal, and Overlook. I feel like we kind of gave up after the 3rd goal because it was so late in the game, or after a couple seconds after the 3rd goal went in, it was super hard as well. What is it? What do they have to do to come back? Overlooked? Are they defeated yet? The series is not over. Their mentality has to as well be in that same state. Oh, it's not done until the ball hits the ground. The ball has hit the ground. It is 2-1 for effects. 2-0.
Effects.
3-0.
Yeah. They have that game advantage as well, so now up 3-2 to 0 in this series. Just like last time these two teams met, they only need one more game. Overlooked were able to take one game last time, but weren't able to build up any more after it. And with effects looking just so clean, the passing, the defense, it seems like there is no holes in their gameplay right now. I feel like there's just really no angle here.
It's hard to go up against this one. Well, you have to be very careful with your positioning. They've been kind of reckless with what they've been trying to do. So, my friend, this one was unbelievable. You talk about what time is it at the Great Pyramids of Giza? That's the most random question. It's 7:00. Thank you for asking. All the way across the world, the 7 wonders of the world, people staying up from across the world, the Taj Mahal, the Petra, the absolute, the Christ the Redeemer statue, everyone from everywhere stays up. The grand final of the ages affects Overlooked. Is it match point? Is it game over?
5 minutes on the clock, scores reset to 0 like always. Effects though, like you said, just one game away from taking the trophy, taking the pride, and taking a big chunk of that prize money home. Christian gonna open it up with a nice, easy battle in. Antics on the assist, and they take the lead.
Oh la, it's Christian here. Monk tried to fall down off the post and get himself a pinch save, which would have been one of the best saves of the entire season for Frost. But instead, it is 1-0, and it is now almost 2-0. Is it now 2-0? Antics off the backboard, it's taken away.
This first goal is also just so huge, right? It's 20 seconds in, it's already a lead here, and you know, they're looking so clean off the kickoff. They have just so much offensive pressure that is so tough to deal with, but Overlooked not done, not out just yet, but they're going to have to find the ways to clear it, and this one's slow rolling. Christian almost puts it in, but it'll fall in anyway from the own goal.
Oh, no way. It's a big 50 right back out, and Monk again. He had no choice. He had to do whatever he can and try to get around. We did get around it, but not enough. There's Ant. Bangs it downfield. It's gonna fall right back down to Ant. Big demo. Where has that physicality been the entire series? Monk kind of trying to do so much that he can. Cole drops it down. Christian has already been on the wall waiting for this. Antics wants a demo. Ramen back to the middle. It's Ant's ball. Trying to make something of this. They can't do all that much, and it's going to bounce right back out into the corner. It's going to be Ant.
Inside the corner, and trying to set up, but once again trapped in prison in their own defensive half here is what Overlooked look like. It's just happening for most, if not all of this game. Christian creating the plays, pulling the double commit, and the teammates are just waiting as Calvary. Another double commit in front of the net, bouncing up and across the ceiling. It's not a goal, but it's a demo on the way out. They are breaking down any hope that Overlooked had here.
Monk to the middle. Can't do it. Cole. The reverse sweep plus 2 goals. Needs to be done. What a pinch. Oh my goodness. It's Antics again. Trying to make something work. Trying to make it 3. Trying to close the account already this early. Here's Cole in field for Ants. He can't overcommit. Now it's going to be his ball all the way back down. He's forced him all the way down. Is it inevitable? Not yet.
So yet, half this game left to play. Antics the passing. So good though. Ramen can't get the ball in. Antics will though. The left side weak spot will find the 3rd goal in this 4th game for Antics.
It is Antics, and he is inevitable. He will happen. He has happened, and he always will happen. 3-0 and a brace for the MVP of the tournament.
That one's awkward. Really weird bounce there as The net is left completely open off of kickoff. All 3 players of Effects charge forward, and that means there is nobody back to play defense. So a little bit of a gift here for Overlooked.
Chant for Ant. Chant for Ant. Chat, I beg you to make a chant for Ant. Trying to give his team some life here. Overlooked. Can they do it? Can they make what would be an impossible comeback? They're just lingering upfield, waiting for opportunities, waiting for redirects, waiting for anything to make happen, to work. Nice pop-up, the pass infield to Monk! Oh! How has he missed? How did he not make contact on that? Oh my god, that would have been second goal.
That would have been there. That would have been so nice to have, but only 2 minutes left to go. You got to pressure in, and finally the pressure cracks the defense. Monk with the goal.
Cole to Monk. Finally, something works, of which they get 2 in a row. Thing that they have not been able to do this entire series. And is it about to come to an end? Or do they have some life left in them?
Crossbar, bar down, definitely an opportunity. Ant pressuring, backboard, touch is there, but can't find it. They're starting to find the holes in this defense that they've needed to find for so long, but the clear is there. Antics up to the skies once again. The shot is beautiful, but the crossbar finds the defensive play. Robin, the follow-up a little bit too high on the accuracy as well. Antics, follow-up, so many shots being recorded by Effects, but this is just draining so much time. Got to be careful in the back line. Nobody's there. Cole has a drive right back, and we are all at 3.
C-O-L-E, the American puts it into the back of the net. Bottom right corner. They were down by 3 now. Guess what? They've tied the game. Life is there for Overlooked here in the grand final on match point. Quadruple match point.
Match point here and up to the skies, and just absolutely egoing the lobby here right off of kickoff. Everybody goes left, Ant goes right, and finds a beautiful goal.
Ant makes a hill, makes a colony, and that colony has taken over. They've taken over the game, and they're trying to take over the series. It's 3-4.
3-4. You still have to be very careful. For Overlooked, you're only up 1. That offensive Effects could pop out at any moment. The demo almost starting the play there, but this could be the start. This could be exactly what Overlooked needed. They just need their defense to hold the line here. Cole the line as they get a good save and get it hopefully cleared out.
Amen. Christian. Get one more touch. Passing it right back out. Antics, just banging it. It's gonna go straight down, and he can't make the read. Even I could see that. It's Antics who's got a hat trick.
Yeah, picks up the Hattie, the waterfall. Just Monk unable to get a little tire on it. So, like we said, the Effects offense absolutely unrelenting here, and it is going to be 4-4. Effects, they could end it right here. They do not want to give any chances at all to Overlook, but there is not much time left on the clock.
Cole. The best double touch. Does somewhat work. Ant's a little bit awkward on the back wall, but he still has the boost to make a touch work. It's going to bounce right back out for Christian. These are the final seconds of regulation on a potential for a tie game. Antics doesn't want to let it drop. Christian, oh, it's Ant. Do we go to another game? It hits the floor, and now overtime on match point for Effects.
Oh yeah, overtime. It could be all over with 1 goal from the side of Effects here. They have battled back after their lead was chipped down multiple times. Now they sit looking in the eyes. Christian to the post, almost finishes the series right there.
Rhythm. Ramen! Ramen!
What a shot. What a play. ramen to the skies, unassisted to the bottom right corner. And that is going to be the finisher. It is going to be Team Effects taking this game number 4. They have done it. They have staved off the reverse sweep. They have prevented their opponents from taking any games at all. And they are going to be your Frost Esports champions.
Oh, and they did so incredible. They was so top tier throughout the entire tournament. I feel like they was just destined for them essentially to become the champions of Frost and the champions of the bubble. It was an amazing tournament, and they could not have done a better job throughout.
Yeah, they really couldn't have. I mean, they were playing clean on all aspects of the ball. We were talking about that shutout defense that up until that last game really hadn't made any of those, casual mistakes, was holding together the communication, their counterattacks, their passing, everything was looking so good. Obviously, we do still have to give a lot of credit over to Overlooked and Ant specifically, who was really, really good in that series as well and in that lower bracket run. They do take home second place, but, the champions, like you said, just really, really looking good.
Yeah, look, you just look at the run that they went through. Effects, they 2-0 GHE Gold, they 2-1 Can I Watch, and they got to watch an Effects win. Effects 2-0 Team Freeze, they 2-0 Early Challenge, who I feel like challenged them the most out of any team in the tournament. They 3-1 Overlooked Esports, went to the grand final. Overlooked got right back there after taking down Spate and Lowers, and they won that 4-0 in a clean sweep in a top tier tournament.
Absolutely insane. Obviously, Effects, they're going to get added to the Hall of Fame, but maybe you guys are sitting at home and maybe you guys want to be in the Hall of Fame next week. Well, you should come and join the Discord specifically for Frost Esports. We run events Monday for our Rocket League 3v3s. We also have Valorant. Maybe you are more of a first-person shooter type person. Come join those on Thursday. And we also have some 1v1s that you should go check out as well. But it's been a really good stream. I got to say, a lot of really, really good Rocket League. So if you do want to check out our socials below, obviously mine and Mel's over here, as well as the big man. He's somewhere back there inside of my walls, pressing the buttons, making the stream look possible. It's Mr. Nick. He's doing real good.
As well, don't forget to, as well, as a whole truly been in everything. As well, this third has been run so well with production. This has been so unbelievable. Thank you as well for Trolley for sponsoring this tournament. Allow me, have anything to add on?
Oh, just stay hydrated. Make sure to pick up yourself a nice hydro flask. Obviously, a new sponsor here, Frost, and really appreciate them as well. All right, well, that is pretty much all we have here today. Thank you guys so much for watching Frost Esports. We'll be back next week for number 105. Make sure to check out the Valorant stream on Thursday. I've been Lava. That's been Mel. Thank you all so much for watching, and stay frosty.
Even now, you're coming up to me, fire lighting up the sky. Feel the ground shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the